Hi, Olivia. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. The weather here in New Jersey, Olivia, it's been a crazy week. I'm not going to lie. It was an unusual week, and I'll tell you why. Because New Jersey, obviously, we're on the coast, right? We got, I think, what were the tail ends of some of these hurricanes. Because we had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not just rain, but really heavy winds. In fact, Friday, it didn't rain that much. It was cloudy all day, but it was actually so windy, it blew over my tomato plant, which is saying a lot because it's on my porch. So the wind actually has to get into the porch area and then knock over the tomato plant, which was crazy. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting week. So I'm not going to talk about it too much. First, I have to give it a shout out to my bird t-shirt. I have a friend who calls her friends us, my friend group calls us her birds. They had gone for a girls like week, wasn't a whole week, it was like 3 days, but at the beach in this beach town that's nearby, Long Beach Island, if anybody's interested. And I couldn't go because I was driving the school bus. They had done it in July, but they bought me the t-shirt anyway. My friend got t-shirts made, and she got one made for me in navy, one of my favorite colors. So yeah, interesting week. So very quickly, I put a link below before I forget about this. I put a link below to a woman named Vivian Tries. The reason I did that is she makes videos where she talks about Dollar Tree dupes. In fact, she did one, I think yesterday, where she was talking about Dollar Tree now sells like the kind of like the glass snapware, except it's Dollar Tree version, and for $1.25 for each of those is crazy. But I had made the mistake a couple months back when I went to, and this is such a dumb mistake. Don't fall for this. Trust me, learn from my mistake. I went to get my hair cut, and, the hairdresser was like, oh, you should, we have this new product, blah, blah, blah. It's made for curly hair, blah, blah, blah. You guys see where I'm going with this, right? So I spent like $30 on shampoo and conditioner, and I hated it. It's supposed to be for co-washing, which is where the shampoo and the conditioner are almost like two conditioners. It's supposed to be for curly hairs, blah, blah, blah. I hated this stuff. So this morning I had to go food shopping. So I went to Dollar Tree, and I ended up buying this product that she talked about in one of her videos. I couldn't find the video, so I just put a video below. But she talks about these Dollar Tree dupes. She's got an unusual style, but still kind of fun to watch. And she finds great stuff. And she's talked about stuff at Dollar Tree that I didn't know Dollar Tree had. And I've definitely gone there and bought things because of that, Yeah, Olivia, you know what I mean? Like, there's always these products that are supposedly so great for curly hair. Oh, you got to get this for curly hair. You got to get this for curly hair. The best advice I've ever gotten about my curly hair, I got literally a gazillion years ago from a hairdresser that I had when I was like still in high school. And he gave me actually the best advice. He was like, you need to use like baby shampoo to wash your hair. And he was like, save your money on that, but make sure you get good, serious conditioner that's made for curly hair. And that was the best advice I've ever gotten. And I pretty much followed that for years, except I really don't like the smell of the baby shampoo. So then I just tried to find shampoos that said things like gentle, like this one that I got for, I'm not kidding, $1.25, and the matching conditioner also for $1.25. So I'm in for $2.50, right? At Dollar Tree. Have no parabens, no silicone, like that, like the list just goes on of all the stuff they don't have. It smelled really good. My hair feels great. I washed it today. But man, I really didn't like that other stuff. So, all right. So without further ado, we're going to talk about patterns. But before that, I got to talk about that Goodwill haul because I know you're all thinking about it. Okay. So I went to Goodwill. You guys saw all the stuff I got. Most of it's up online. But then I found this. Okay, it's absolutely a polyester fabric. And you can see it's someone's unfinished project because they started to serge it, to overlock it. And then they were nice enough to write 5 3/4 yards on here. It smells fine. It doesn't smell funky at all. This was shoved in a bag. I showed you guys the bag. It was in that Ziploc bag, which I threw away, but then put into a Goodwill bag, right? And it's so pretty. It's definitely a polyester. I'm trying to get a good image of it. It's an interesting kind of fabric because it's got almost like a shadowy effect. Let me see. Let me open it up for you so you can really see. Like here is the actual fabric, right? It's beautiful. But then like here's the reverse side. You almost can't tell the difference, which is fine. Makes it easier to sew. You can't really make a mistake with it, right? But it's a really nice fabric, and it was just so pretty. And 5 3/4 yard is a lot of fabric. And in the same bag was, the buttons. So she had a whole project. Whoever this belonged to, might have been a boy, might have been a man, whatever. It's a really beautiful fabric. And I don't know if you guys remember, but it was $5.99 plus I got the senior discount. So it was even less than $6 with the tax and everything, which was really good. So something I found in patterns this week, which I just realized actually belongs in the pattern. I thought this was like a handout that they gave at, Joann's or wherever the fabric was purchased, but it's not. It actually goes with this pattern. So I have to fold it up. I wanted to keep it. I thought it was so cool. It goes with this pattern. So we'll talk about this pattern. Cute little how to sew pattern, beginner pattern. It's for the pants and the skirts. It's a drawstring. And if you look down here, you can see it says that it has an extra how to work with border prints, which is why I wanted to steal it, because I was like, ooh, border prints. That's a great little thing to have. So yeah, so that was that. Now, I was originally going to start the show with a real bang, and the real bang was going to be this. So I'll just show it to you. It's the only men's pattern this week. And yes, it is the suit of leisure. Yes, the 1970s suit of leisure. Now, what makes this even more interesting is that when I got into this pattern, they had cut it down to shorts. So whoever made this pattern for her husband, she basically dressed her husband. Oh, and they had used this one, the short sleeve version, and cut it down to shorts. So somewhere in the 70s, there was this poor guy walking around with a leisure suit, shorts suit. I don't know if that makes any sense, but all I could think about was if you ever watch movies like that are from New Zealand or Australia, the postal carriers wear shorts. And it always just cracks me up. I was just like, but that's love. That's love when you let your wife make for you a short version of the leisure suit. Yeah. People's marriages aren't the same anymore. They're not. They're just not. I wish I could have seen a picture too. If they would have had the picture of that as shorts. But the thing is you can see where she just cut through when she did the alteration. So I don't think, I'm not sure that this pattern really was originally designed to be made into shorts. Obviously, you could do the short sleeve version of the jacket, or the shacket, because it was like a shirt / jacket, right? Because it was a leisure suit and we were leisurely in the 70s. I don't think they were meant to be shorts. I think she just altered them into shorts. So, but I would kill for a picture too. So let me really fast get myself together, because I ended up finding more 60s patterns kind of by accident, because you'll see in a minute, some of them obviously are 60s patterns because the envelope had changed between the 60s and the 70s, but apparently they changed that envelope in 69. So it threw me off because they looked like 70s envelopes, but they weren't. They were actually 69. So again, let's get the ball rolling with a pattern that has a vest, because we cannot live without a vest. Yeah. This is like 67 or 66. I can't remember, but it's the whole shebang. I don't remember everything about all the patterns, but I do remember that this pattern, the pants had never been cut. And that is, yeah, look at those pants, right? And it has a vest, because What is life without a vest? Hi, Pam. Vest. Pam, you showed up right in time. Showed up for the vest. I'm telling you. This super cute baby doll dress. I remember my sister, that purple one in the middle, my sister wasn't purple. She had a dress just like this. I remember it. And oh, those sleeves, right? Did you just, yeah, okay. This was interesting. They called this thing over here a pant dress, which is really odd. This, by the way, this is 2 pieces. This is a top. In this one, the top was uncut, and then you can do it as shorts or a skirt. So it's like a 2-piece dress. But it's really weird to see them call that. I'm trying to see. And I love, they call them sub-teens. This just cracks me up. Like this is like a petite size, but they call them sub-teens. It always sounds like a punk band, right? Like what's the name of your punk band? The Sub-Teens. Yeah, pant dress. Never heard that, but there you go. Maybe I did. Actually, it kind of sounds familiar. We might have had another pant dress pattern at some point in time, possibly from the 60s. This dress, really beautiful. You know, you got to love all these like sheathy Jackie O type dresses from back in the day. Another one. This one was cool. The collar is detachable. So kind of cool. Oh, and this, I wish I would have known that I had this. It's all been cut, but it's in really good shape. But what a great thing. Before summer would have started if I would have put this up online, huh? Yeah. Who knew, right? This, another really beautiful, beautiful 60s dress. This one also, no, the collar's not detachable. They just didn't use it. It was uncut in this pattern. Oh, and this one. Oh, look. Okay, do you see what I see? Yeah, those are bloomers under that dress. I guess if you were modest and didn't really want to go whole hog with the mini, you could do bloomers. This was a 69. You can tell that the 1969 dresses have like a very specific look to them, like the hair and everything is done a certain way. This one, oh, this pattern, by the way, the vest is in there. It's got a vest also. The only thing that was cut was these sleeves. See how it's circled? Those sleeves were the only thing cut in this pattern. All the rest of those pieces are still in there and uncut. So I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And so cool looking. And I love this hairdo up here. Talk about curly hair, right? Oh, and then there was this. So pretty, just like a really nice sheath style dress. You can get it as a tunic and make it into a pantsuit with the pants. You begin to see the dawning of the pantsuit era. Yeah, 69, the beginning of the pantsuit era. And then there was this thing's so freaking cute. You know, they keep bringing back, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Simplicity has brought back a lot of the Jiffy patterns. Why don't they bring this one back? Look at how cute this dress is, right? So Simplicity, please bring back Jiffy pattern Simplicity 8238. If you're going to bring back patterns, bring back this one, because look at how cute this dress is. I mean, so cute. And I love the long sleeve version, right? Come on. I mean, listen to me, right? Okay. So it wouldn't be the 70s without some of this stuff. I call it like the dancing queen kind of look, right? Cute though. This was another one. Only this view one, which is the sleeveless one, was cut. So hey, there were 2 of these. They were both cut, but they were in very good shape. This, I swear to God, this is everybody's prom gown from 1977. And this is indeed from 1977. But is that not everybody's prom gown? Right? Back in the day. That's true. Maud never wore bloomers. She just went with the full mini. Oh, and then there was, okay. This is another one. Simplicity. If you're listening to me or watching me, which I'm sure you're not, this is a dress to bring back. Look at how gorgeous this dress is. I mean, it's very simple in the design, but just really nice. I love, you can really see it in the yellow one. Look at the detail of how the pieces go together and the overstitching and everything. Like, come on. Could we bring something like that back, please? Yeah. Did your sister have that for prom? Was that her prom dress? Because that was like everybody's prom dress. Got another one of these. I've had a couple of these. This is a different one than the ones I already have. This one, unfortunately, was all cut, but it was in very good shape. Very nicely cut. Yeah, good for your sister because she was looking very stylish. Early, some stretch knit patterns, right? So this would have been, I think this would have been like in the heyday of the double knit polyester, right? It's a wardrober. Kind of cool. Speaking of it, I didn't know Jiffy did a knits line, but they did apparently. So this is a Jiffy stretch knits pattern. I thought this was a dupe because it looks so similar to the one we did about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember it. Oh, here we go. Now, what would the 70s be without a halter top? Yeah, not just halter top. This one over here is kind of a tube top. Yeah, I know. The braless days of the 70s. Crazy. I'm trying to see what size this is. No, that's not too small. It says it's a medium, but whatever. This pattern's so super cute. And see, I really like these two over here. And these are the two versions that are uncut. This more cottagecore one, it was cut. The pieces are in good shape, but it was cut. But I like these other ones. And yes, it comes with the tote bag, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, wow, what a cool pattern. It comes with the tote bag. All right. More disco, more more Studio 54, late 70s kind of stuff. But pretty. Really pretty wrapped up. This was another one, I believe, that View 2, which is like this one up here, was uncut. So lots of uncut pieces. And then we have this. Yeah, this cute. Talk about another prom gown. Another prom gown. I believe that those were probably Mrs. Landis's patterns. And I'm wondering, because there's a couple of them in here, you'll see them. I'm wondering if she made prom dresses for her daughters. I'm assuming she did, because if she sewed and if she was doing bridal or bridesmaids, because remember, we found a lot of bridal and bridesmaids, she made the prom dresses for her daughters. So another little Jiffy pattern. Very cute, though. Very cute. Again, simplicity. If you'd like to bring some Jiffy stuff back, bring back stuff like this, because you brought back some weird stuff. Bridesmaids. Yeah, bridesmaids, prom. I think Mrs. Landis definitely did that as a gig for a while. I don't know which of these are Mrs. Landis and which are from that other, that kind of, what was it, May, that I did that big Facebook marketplace deal. Another, possibly prom or bridesmaid. Oh, this one. All right, look at this. Okay. The cape has been cut out, but they never did the hood. So the hood and all that was still uncut, and it's Jiffy, so it's not that many pieces. And I was like, this is cool, right? So cool. Even if you just wanted to be Little Red Riding Hood, right? And then we had this. Very cottagecore, smocky kind of top. But cute, really cute. And again, more Jiffy, same thing. Kind of a smocky cottagecore. Not as cottagecore though, more just like smocky. Like the other ones were more peasant. Yeah, I think I finally have on that Facebook Marketplace one. But I'll never do that again. In fact, for going forward, I'm just going to keep working on what I have. If I walk into Goodwill and I find a whole mess of patterns like I just did a couple weeks ago, that's different, but I'm not looking on Marketplace anymore. Plus, if you've ever dealt with Marketplace, it can be a real pain in the you-know-what. Yeah. People are super weird about stuff. You're just like, hey, when can I pick them up? I have the cash. It's in my hand. And they're all like all over the place and weird and, you know, whatever. Designer pantsuit. No idea who the designer is. I remember when Simplicity did this. There's a lot of these. They just say designer fashion, but they don't tell you the name of the designer. I guess back in the day, you could look at this and go, oh, that looks just like the blah, blah, blah designer pantsuit. But now in 2024, we don't, you know. All right. So this one, OMG, right? Okay. The overalls, the pant style overalls, those pieces have been cut. But that overall dress, jumper, whatever you want to call it, all the pieces weren't cut. And I'm shocked that this is, I really thought by now this would have already sold. I think it might be in somebody's cart already. I mean, it's fabulous. And it's not super small. Well, it's a 9 to 11. So it's like a bust 32, 33 and a half. So it's not a plus size pattern or anything good like that. Oh, this was a real gem. Remember when I was saying it was really interesting? There were some really, all these interesting patterns this week. This tunic, see the transfer? Those transfers are in there and have never been used. I couldn't believe it because the majority of this pattern was cut. I think like the pockets weren't cut or something, but other than that, this whole pattern was cut, but they never used the transfers. And I was very happy about that. Oh, and look, more prom. It's an awesome tunic, isn't it, Pamela? And look, a little more prom. This one, I believe that the shawl was uncut. Yes, it comes with the shawl. But here's the cool thing. I don't, you guys can really see. Can you see that detail? How cool is that underbust? What a cool detail. Yeah, I know, Pam. And the fact that it has the blue transfers for embroidery to do that tunic. Good stuff. Oh, another pattern I really wish that I would have known about before summer. So all this was cut. So you can make this here is actually a bathing suit. And then there's bikini bottoms that go under it. Then there's the jacket and a maxi skirt, but it's a wrap maxi skirt. They were all cut, but they're in great shape. Whoever owned this before took really good care of it. It was really nice. There was one pattern. I think it ended up being a wounded bird. There were a ton of patterns with no instructions, like I was talking about the other week. So yeah, it's a great beach wardrobe, isn't it? That one, that was a great one. One of them, I went to look, was looking at it and all these pins, rusty pins fell out. I was like, great. That's just great. So, all right. Last but not least, it doesn't get much more 70s than this pattern. And behold, I present to you, yes. Okay. It's a jumpsuit, right? But then look at this, that you can apparently make it a drawstring cuff. I guess it's a drawstring cuff with giant pockets. You can have it in the hot pants style. You can have it in this strange knickerbocker style, I guess is what we used to call that. I'm just delighted with these, this one here with these pockets on the outside. Cut, but in good shape. But for some reason, somebody cut that out of it. I don't know why they cut just that little part out. Who knows? But when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this besides the leisure suit, this might be the most 70s of the 70s patterns that we had in here because it's just, yeah, it's just too much. I love the fry boots and the headband and the whole thing. Oh, hi, Mr. Dog. How are you? Mr. Dog did not like the weather this week. He just, yeah, yeah. Is that back in style now? Is it really? Are you guys talking about that it's back in style? Of course it is. Because, we did all the cool stuff first. Now the kids are all doing it. So anyway, I know that was a short show. I have to be honest, I'm getting kind of burnout on doing patterns. You know, I feel like I've spent my whole summer working on patterns because I have spent my whole summer working on patterns, just working and working on patterns. Oh, and all the patterns just fell over. Nope, sorry. I know I'm not trying to hit you with the patterns. Oh, hi, sweetie. Yeah, hello, baby. I'm not trying to hit you with patterns. But we're almost done with the 70s. You might, if you're a person that likes to kind of check out like my Etsy page, whether you're shopping or not, feel free. You may have noticed that you don't see them on the front page, which is usually what happens when I add patterns. And you will see there's a couple I did add to the front page, like that overalls with the, yeah. It's because I've started to go through the 1970s page that I already had set up, and anything that I find where it is a horrible picture of the pattern or a bad explanation, or just as a pattern that I've had up there, because we're going on 3 years with Etsy now, that's obviously been up there for 3 years and has never sold. I'm replacing it with some of this newer stuff. Just because the pictures I'm taking now are much better than the ones I used to take. My descriptions have gotten more concise. Stuff like that. So if you are looking for any of these, like if you can't live without that pattern, Pam, first of all, use the code if you're going to buy it. All right. It's on this, it's just going to 1970s and you'll see it because, for any of you who don't know, on my Etsy page, which is linked below with a discount code linked below, on the side, I have 40s and 50s patterns, modern patterns, 1990s patterns, 80s patterns, 70s patterns, 60s patterns, and then some other listings where I have like lingerie, swimwear, formal wear, plus size patterns, maternity patterns, men's patterns, things like that. So I just try to make it easier for people to find what they're looking for because, I could have set it up as like jacket patterns or pants patterns or skirt patterns, but let's face it, if you're buying vintage patterns, it's because you're into vintage clothing and you have an era that you love. And so that is why I did it that way. So, yeah, did you see that? Yeah. It does make it easier. It saves me a bit of money too, because some of these I've just recently paid the fee to have them relisted because I have it on auto renew. And they're not selling. They've been up there for 3 years, so I might as well try and replace them with something that might sell faster. And I've been keeping a list of them so I can go back and actually relist them at some point in time and take better pictures of them, which actually might be something I do at the end of this month because I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, next week should be okay. It's that following week between jury duty and going back to work. I don't know when I'm going to have time to actually do a show. And I don't want to do a show on Labor Day weekend. I want to relax. So we'll see. I will let you guys know. I'm going to be doing a show next week, but after that, I'll make a decision. So until next week, I hope that you guys have a good week. And I hope our caftans are coming back. Yeah, caftans are having a moment since COVID. I remember during COVID, there was this whole thing about how the house dress came back into style. And it was like, yeah, because we didn't have to get dressed anymore. Just threw something over our head and lounged around all day because we didn't have any place to go, right? Anyway, until next week, I hope wherever you are, the weather is not too horrible and that you're not in a hurricane like we kind of were here and they were in Texas. And I will see you next week. Stay well, stay cool. And there's the dog in the background. Say goodbye to Lucky. Bye, Lucky. See ya. Thank you for stopping by as always. Bye.